Alright guys, let's take our website design a little farther. Open up Notepad. And our first tag is exclamation doctype HTML. This tag isn't necessary if you use Firefox or Chrome, only for Internet Explorer. They don't necessarily play well with others. But since that's the primary web browser in our school, make sure you add it. Then HTML tag. I'm going to enter down \HTML. And then the body tag and \body. I'll throw in a heading. H1, the largest. This is my second page. \H1 to close it out. Now what I want you to do, open up a web browser and type in lorem ipsum. This is some Latin, just placeholder text that in the publishing world, when they don't have articles ready yet, they use this as sort of placeholders. So it's just in generic text, and looks something like this. So I'm just going to copy that. You can actually use any text you want from a newspaper article. You name it. I'm going to turn on word wrap so I can see it all. Now notice that word wrap that we did here on Notepad won't affect our web page. It's not going to show on different lines there. So to make sure I'm right about that, let's save ours. I'm going to call it second.html. I'm going to save mine to the desktop. Always remember to save all your images and your web page in the same folder. Windows D, that will show your desktop. Double click, and there we go. So this is the line breaks here are just happening probably based on the size of the screen. So if I resize, it'll resize itself. But say we wanted to put in a line break somewhere, use the BR tag. The old-fashioned way was just BR. Now that they're up to HTML level 5, it looks like that. The internet is still backwards compatible, so the old one will work. If I save this, Control S saves, F5 to refresh, that forces that line break. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. And let's say we wanted to separate this into two paragraphs. The paragraph tag is an easy one. It is P. And then \P. And once again, wait, I'm going to copy this so we have two paragraphs. And once again, these tags are mainly for the structure of a page. Later on, we'll be affecting the way they look with CSS. So let's save. Take a look. There we go. Alright, let's say we want a link. Let's throw a link between these. The way to link is A for anchor, href, hypertext reference, you don't need to remember that, equals, quote, HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol. If it's a secure page, you need an S there, colon, / www. Let's do CNN.com. And now what we just put in that tag is not going to show up. So we have to type in some text for the news. And then \A. If we had left that out or put this down here, then our whole paragraph is a link. So I always want to put in our / tags. Save it. Go back and refresh. And excitement. Alright. Let's add an image then. Let me see if I have any images available. I still have my Hello Kitty guitar, so I'll throw that down here. IMG space SRC for image source equals, and remember, if you grab a web picture off the internet and it's got a really long name, it helps to rename it something shorter. Hello Kitty is the file name, or whatever your file name is, dot, and then the file extension. If it's a picture, it's often a JPEG. If it's an image, it's often a GIF, GIF. But lately, the latest and greatest is a PNG, portable network graphic. And then we close that off, save, and refresh. Damn, guess I spelled something wrong. Hello Kitty, I think it was a JPEG. So, there we go. Now that's too small for my liking, so we can go in here. For right now, we can add parameters inside these tags to change things. When we get to CSS, we'll in the future, that's how we'll resize elements. It's much more sophisticated, but for now, you can do something like height equals however many pixels you want, 300 pixels, width equals, say, 400. And a pixel is just the smallest unit on a screen. So let's refresh and take a look. There we go. So I made it a little bigger. And notice it's a photograph, so when I enlarged it beyond its normal size, it gets blurry. So if you're used to watching shows like CSS or CSI, where they enhance video, a lot of that is not accurate. Okay, let me show you just a few other tags. If you want to boldface something, it's just B, \B. If you want italics, you guessed it, I. Underline is U, but don't use it because web pages hyperlinks by default, as you can see here, are underlined, so you don't want to throw those in. Alright, so we had this bold-faced and that italicized. Something else, let's say we want a list. There's two kinds of lists. We can do an unordered list, a UL, or an ordered list, OL. Ordered list is going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Unordered is just bullet points. So immediately throw in your closing tag. And if you want a list item, it's LI. Let's see. I'm going to add a break here, and then just some text. My favorite movies. And then the list will be under here. Oh, let's go with something typical. Star Wars, \LI. And once again, this doesn't matter if I had it on the next line or not. Because I'm lazy, I'm just going to copy this. Star Trek. And we'll go with Battleship. Great movie named after the game I saw this summer. So if we refresh that, got something like that. Also, say you wanted a little emphasis, we could do one of the heading tags. So H3, not as big as H1, H through H6, or you can just do, for emphasis, strong. But once again, we'll be using CSS later for that sort of thing. I think you can also use big in there as well. Alright, so I made it bold-faced, maybe a little bit bigger. Alright, let's open up W3 Schools. And if you click here on Learn HTML, there's also going to be a reference. All these things on the left-hand side. This is going to take place of our book. There should be a quick list. So, boom, if you ever wanted to look something up, all right in here. As you can see, we did some of the formatting, bold, italics, emphasized, how to do a link. Oh, if you want to set up something where it'll shoot you an email, that's what it was. You put your email in there. Ooh, this is cool. Say we want to make an image link. We'll go back and find Hello Kitty. All you have to do is put the link tag before and after equals Where's that? So I'm going to go with Fender Guitars. I'm assuming that's their website. And then throw in the \A. Now one thing you'll notice, I'm not necessarily indenting or anything. That only serves the purpose of making it easier to read. So now, rather than having text between here, like up here where we had click for the news, we have the image tag between our two A tags, or our anchor tags as they're called. Alright, let's take a look. And we know it's a link because the box is around it. When we get into CSS, you could hide that box if you wanted. Click on that and it's going somewhere, but we don't need to wait for that.